What movie was that? I forget what movie. It was like maybe something I like about Asians or something like that. Welcome to this week's Politically Correctly podcast. I feel like I have something in my teeth. I already asked my cohort here, but he says I do not. No, I'm good?
No, you're clear.
Cool.
You're clear.
Someone for some reason brought the world's nastiest pizza, which these guys love.
Yeah.
I'm over here. I don't even have my microphone on.
I brought that shit.
We don't love Little Caesars. It's just the closest and most hot and ready.
And also
The most hot and ready.
cost effective.
Yeah.
And
That's the
it
best
is
part.
cost effective. You get what you want and
Listen,
get
we
out.
hustling out here in the streets.
Hustling in these streets.
Hell yeah. man.
Every day I'm
Pulling
hustling.
ourselves up from the fucking bootstraps.
Thanks,
Mm.
Mary. Thanks, Mary.
Bitches.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying.
God forbid you have to work.
Please share us for the love of common sense. My co-host Lavelle, Dan from the streets, and Austin always on the ones and twos.
Yeah,
Hello.
Let's get the party started where we always share a drink with friends while having open dialogue and being able to still walk away, still being friends.
Week
Salud.
number 2, sober.
L'chaim.
Somewhat.
Yeah, I mean the beer's sitting right there.
It is. It's not calling me though.
It's not tempting.
Good for Lavelle.
for you.
Everybody in the comments support Lavelle in his sobriety journey as we drink excessively in front of him.
Are we talking about sobriety journey on the show or in life?
Life too, yeah.
Oh, congratulations. Good for
Yeah,
you.
man.
Stay on that
man.
wagon.
Trying
Yeah.
to, man.
Well,
Even-
let's clarify that. Is it off the wagon or on the wagon?
I don't know.
It's
It's off the wagon is when you pick it up.
Yeah. The
Fuck, I
wagon
jumped
is
off.
the wagon is sobriety.
Yes.
The wagon is sobriety?
okay.
Yes. If you're
Yeah.
on the wagon, you are sober.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You off the wagon. You
Who came
fucked
up with that? That's a stupid analogy.
know.
It is
Don't
stupid.
know.
Right.
Put down the THC too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah, man.
Is it getting too expensive because it's legal now?
No, it's just it.
Trying to be clear.
Yeah,
Clear-minded?
man. Yeah,
I'm
it
with
doesn't.
it.
I
It
like it.
doesn't make me. It doesn't allow me to kind of rise to the occasion.
Is it because they
Mhm.
took away menthol from you?
I never used it. I never went with menthol. That shit was never in my damn.
Not me
lungs.
neither. I never-
that
I
shit
never
never
smoked
had
it.
it at all.
I smoked a cigarette before. That shit made my stomach hurt.
I've
I'd
never
be
smoked a
see
cigarette ever in my
shitting
life.
You know
Hell
what I mean?
no.
What
I
does
had
it
a
say?
Cup of coffee.
What's it say about me that I liked menthol?
You like
Because we already said Dan from the streets.
Yeah,
we already
man.
know this, Dan. We already know
Like that
this.
shit, man.
That's true.
My goodness.
You're a gangster.
That's why
All gangsters smoke menthol.
With an ER.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
and
like-
real G's moving silence like lasagna. That's actually a line that I'm going to be using in a little bit, but I'm a little foreshadowing here.
Setting us up again.
He was
That's right.
pardoned by Donald Trump.
Yo, why you drinking out of that gay ass glass with some beer?
because he's gangster.
He never got rid of
No.
it. He still can't get past the episode.
It's not beer, it's piss, and I'm sterile and I like the taste.
Goat piss, because it helps you with the beer fest.
What?
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 Nobody? Nobody watched beer fest?
Okay, so
I
I
thought when it came out,
I had a
that was like
dodgeball.
12
Good
years
lord.
ago.
Dodgeball reference?
Yeah.
Is
I'm
that
sterile
dodgeball?
and I like the taste.
Didn't play dodgeball.
Yeah.
that's the best reference
Do
you
I
can
have
from
to
dodgeball?
drink my
I
own
got
urine?
that reference.
Yes, I remember that
Good
part.
lord.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Yes,
Classic.
that's a good one.
That's the
That's
one everybody
necessary?
knows.
Is it necessary to drink my own urine? No, but I do it anyway because it's sterile and I like that taste.
See that when you do the voice, it makes it much
Yeah.
better.
Yo, that was when
Rip
Ben
Torn.
Stiller was like on fire. Like
Yeah.
he couldn't do a movie where he didn't miss.
Man, he was an Anchorman,
That was
Yeah,
a
yeah.
classic
a
era,
Mexican
right?
on an Anchorman.
Yo, he's
See?
Ben Stiller?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like the Spanish news. When during the big newscaster fight, the brawl.
I just want to let y'all know I've
Which podcast are we on right now? I feel like we're on the PCP one.
Segway.
Yeah. Let me get into. I'm gonna get to my monologue here, all right?
Jason's into it.
Because I really want to like piss somebody off right now. I guess.
Ooh, that's what we do.
No.
on show.
This is my homage to the late great Kevin Samuels, who passed
Oh,
away. If you don't know Kevin Samuels, I suggest you look him up. If you ever want to look into the deep, dark crevices of my mind,
the goat.
I
that
want to look into any
man
of
is
your
there.
deep dark crevices.
man, you need to man up and let your significant other know that you are the biblical and godly leader of your household. That doesn't mean you are the boss of your wife, but it does mean that the responsibility of the health and welfare of your family rests on your ability to make appropriate decisions. That may require you to see and treat your wife, not your baby mama or your girlfriend, your wife as the queen of your physical home, but that doesn't mean She leads the family and makes life-altering decisions without you. You lead. You make the final decision, and you take it on the chin when those decisions end up being wrong, and it is your full responsibility to make it right and steer the ship back on the appropriate course. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say that's very sexist of me, but I was raised a biblical Christian man. I do believe that men and women are the head of the household as a joint unit and do run together. You come together. And that was my homage to Kevin Samuel, because he is very much like pro man. And you want to go to Jordan Peterson, something like that. He would say that the entire story of marriage is that you take someone who's just as useless and horrible as you are, and you shackle yourself to that person who's just as imperfect as you are. Then you say, we're not running away no matter what happens. So this is about marriage. This is about a teamwork. This is about a union. This is about who decides at the end of the day where you and your family are going to lead towards, and who takes and bears the full responsibility of that decision. If you want to give up that leadership to your wife, hey, that's between you and your household and God. Me and my wife are fantastic. My wife is very smart. She's fantastic at making decisions, probably better than I am. But I take the responsibility on. I take it on when a decision I make goes wrong, or a decision I make for my family goes wrong, or really anything. I'll take it on. I'll take it on the chin. So that's my monologue. You can hate me or love me for it, but that's how I was raised, that the man is the leadership of the house. Again, it could be a 50.1%. while the wife is the 49.9%. But
before you say something, Lavelle, because I know you want to, just be clear that a leader is not a dictator.
No.
Right? So a lot of people think, like, when you say that the man is the head of the household, the leader, that's like, oh, everything I say goes. No, that's not what that's not what it is.
that's why I said it doesn't mean that you are the boss of your wife.
Right, because as a leader, like, you submit a lot more than you actively assert your will.
Oh, absolutely. Trust me, my wife makes most of the decisions in my family, but when it comes to something that I know is like a decision, a life-altering decision for the family, I will step in and say, okay, let's go a different route on this one.
I think that's the point that most people have, contention with, right? Because they think like, I'm a woman and I'm strong.
That's the problem,
Well,
but that's not what it is.
No.
That's not what's being said.
Well, I think this is going to get me in a lot of trouble, probably.
Do it.
That's the problem with a lot of women, especially in Rochester. They call themselves a queen. They call themselves a boss. Well, the definition of a boss is you are in control of an employee or an organization, whatever it may be. But just because you own because you have a business and you're the only employee, you're not the boss. You're not a boss. You're not a queen. You can't be a queen without a king. That's it.
Yeah, well, society is the reason for a lot of this, misunderstanding, right? They try to distort that reality for women, you know what I mean? Because that's where a lot of women get most of their ideals from, is what's being talked out in the water cooler, right? But see, us men, a good majority of men come from the, a competitive sport background. So we understand the hierarchy of a team,
right?
You know what I mean? So we do know that there's a certain point within that hierarchy where, hey, there's a captain, there's a coach, there's, so we know how to work as a team, as a unit, and to come together for the greater good of the overall team. So
there's still a captain.
There's still a captain, right? So we know that, but at the same time, a lot of women, they don't come from that background. I'm not saying that you need to, and there's a lot of men that don't participate in sports, but we know how to work with each other, right? If there's adversity, especially like for me, I come from the football background. So when there's adversity as a team and it gets real fucked up, you know what I mean? You work together. You don't work against,
right?
And
a lot of people think that, the leadership role is all glory, right? No. In fact, it's all responsibility,
right?
And if you're the leader, you should, and this is in work or in family, you should be at the bottom of the totem pole, because you're working for everybody that's under you or actually over you. Like if you're a manager of a Dollar Tree or something, you should be actively working to make your employees' life easier.
Right. It's to uplift others. That's the part of leadership.
Right. And what's so twisted about the management structure now is that it's the opposite everywhere. Everywhere you see any sort of middle management, and they're always trying to get their employees to work harder for them. When in fact it should be the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that because nothing makes a woman more beautiful to me. Again, to me, I'm not. We had the disclosure at the beginning of this podcast, as always. Nothing makes it more beautiful to me than to see a woman who has a man that uplifts her to the point where she is treated like a queen in public. Like everyone sees her as, man, she is loved. Not, oh, she is the freaking the captain of that ship. Like Will Smith's wife. Like that wasn't beautiful to me. How she acted in public around him. But it was nice to see a man uplift his wife, put himself down to say, this is my wife. I want to put her on a pedestal. I like seeing that versus a woman putting themselves on a pedestal.
Yeah. Well, going back to the GOAT, Kevin Samuels, right? He talks a lot about the open market and women, you know what I mean? Like not knowing that there is an open market, you know what I'm saying? And you have a limit as far as to what another man will see as far as your value, your worth. So if you got a man that understands your value and your worth from the very beginning, and then you start to push back against him because whatever, reason, you know what I mean? You start to kind of pick him apart because you're bored or you think that you got some extra value. All right, bitch, go to that market.
Right.
See what's out there. I know a lot about markets and investing and whatever.
I say I might not be the greatest man in the world, but I can't say there's ever been a time where I've dated a woman ever in my history where she was not better off after we broke up. Like that's how I want to be in any relationship. But now with my wife, it's even more. Like I want to see my wife be the most successful woman I've ever seen in my life. And I have no problem with her being more successful than me. And I really believe that she can be because she has a business that I believe if she were to build her empire, she could be a freaking a queen conglomerate.
But she knows that you feel that way.
Oh, she knows that.
You know what I mean? Right. So she's not trying to step in and be a political, a politician, be out in the limelight over you. Now, like she's not getting envious.
She hates politics.
Right. So she's not getting envious of what you do.
And I don't get envious of what she does.
Right. And that's the key. That's what you want to find. Now, if you got a woman that wants that spotlight, like what Kevin Samuels was talking about as well, she wants that spotlight. She craves it. You're right.
She puts that on a pedestal over her man. That's a problem.
Yeah. And you you want to bring that man down during the process. That says a lot about you as an individual, as a person. Anybody that does that to anybody, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't even have to be towards like it'd be a man to man. If you want to take another man down to make you feel better, then you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, you don't have to dim someone else's shine.
Seriously.
No, I'm with it.
I
like that. You're a piece of shit.
You're a piece of shit. You don't like, what do you bring to the table for yourself?
Right.
That's
your
a tried and true democratic process though.
Yeah.
And by democratic, I mean Democrat. They don't build anything.
No, they want to take something. They want to take the ones that I would say that align with today's narrative, right?
Yeah, right.
Of, all rich, wealthy people are bad. All white people are bad. They're all racist. Like you're still trying to take somebody down. You're still gaslighting, someone else to react to whatever your insecurities are. You know what I mean? So a message to the women out there in this world who are sitting there single, wondering why you're single. Count the years that you've been single, right? Understand that this is an open market and there's a lot of pussy out there.
Can we
for free?
Can we
free
clarify one thing too? If you're a woman and you're single and you want to be in a relationship, literally just walk outside.
And smile. I know that's the worst thing to say to a woman. But what I'm saying
don't
is,
even have to. Have
you
you
don't
met?
think so?
Have you met guys?
Yeah, but guys want a life full of love and laughter and friendship and happiness. No,
I just want some pussy.
except for Austin.
I was gonna say I just like that pussy. I'm a titty guy.
You're a titty guy. We all know you're a titty guy.
myself.
Right.
A Twin Peaks guy.
No,
Hey.
it's I honestly just like for myself, newly single, finding a female today.
Jeez, I can't. Even
I can't imagine.
No. I can't
No,
imagine.
well, put it like this: for the ones that I already know currently, and the new ones that I've met just along the way, they're pretty much a lot of them are the same.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but to find that uniqueness, it comes with the one that is okay with supporting you. They're okay with you being you. You know what I mean?
Well-
They're accepting
Yes.
of you being you.
And that comes down to just self-confidence, right?
Right.
You know,
Mhm.
they're okay with themselves. They're not trying to prove anything.
Well, it's fear or love. You only act in
Right,
fear or
right,
love.
right.
Yeah, you don't want no insecure bitch.
Can I say
No.
though, man, I've been with my wife for about 6 years now. I feel like I caught the last helicopter out of Vietnam.
Get
real.
to the chopper.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Get to the
Like,
chopper. No.
Oh my gosh. Because it was right before the COVID pandemic. We got married, in 2020 or 2019. I don't remember. I probably
She doesn't
should.
watch, so it's okay. You
Yeah,
won't get in trouble.
But man, I can't imagine dating now.
Mm.
Dating as in not even it's like a teenager, mid-20s, but like now as a 30
Courting? You mean at this point you should be courting?
Well,
Yeah.
you always
And
should have been.
Would you date a girl that wears a mask outside?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Would you date a girl that wears a mask while driving?
No.
Oh,
No.
oh, Jesus,
Alright.
no.
And the only reason why is because I like what okay, Jordan Peterson, he talked a lot about today.
Do we listen to the same guys?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
We do.
Fantastic.
100%.
I,
I
see,
mean-
I learn about these guys more on the podcast than in like life. I think
Yeah.
we just have conversations here that are fantastic.
Well, I think first of all, Kevin Samuels was a philosopher in a different sense, and Jordan Peterson is just an overall, intellectual philosopher that breaks
Smartest man I
down.
know.
He's
Clinical
he's all of that and then some. But
And a bag of chips.
one of the things that he was talking about today is like it's real easy to kind of know which way someone is going when you're having a conversation with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you already know where they align based off of how they talk. Like you just start with COVID. So when someone talks about well, I got the booster, I got this, and I still got COVID. Like you already know, like each button you push, you can just say something else, and they'll just keep going further left.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then same with, on the right side, you can say something about Trump and how, you agree with Trump on one thing, and then you already know where they're going to go.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to find those people that are like in the middle.
Do you do that just so you can find out where they are?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
That's
that
smart.
way,
That's what I would do.
100%.
yo,
Oh, yeah.
I'm just telling you off of like right now, personally, like when I talk to newer women that I've, kind of spoken to, like as soon as they start talking about they wore the mask and they wear the mask, and I'm like, I kind of get anxiety. I'm like, shit, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna talk to this person.
Mhm.
Like, cause if I say anything how I feel, and this is just off experience from people that I was with, before, they just don't accept the line of thinking that I have.
Right.
Well,
And
that's not everybody though.
no, it's not everybody,
Yeah.
but again, just in the open market, when we're talking about females that's in the game today, and where society is today, for them to still like you if you are to the right at any way, or if you're conservative in any way,
Yeah.
Like my entire monologue here.
Dude, it's a whole thing.
it's a whole thing.
Well, okay, so I'm gonna ask questions here to not live vicariously through you by any means. I want to know what goes on in the mindset at this point. Like what is it you look at and see a woman and say, you know what, I'm gonna swipe left, or I'm gonna say hi, or I'm gonna talk to this girl. I think there might be something there. Like, what is the first thing you actually look at? I want
some
the women
pussy.
out here to.
How she look?
Pronouns in the bio.
Are you looking at camel toe?
Yeah, no. Honestly, I'm not looking at anything at all. I don't
Okay.
care which way they are, to an extent.
What if their
To
hair
an
was
extent.
short and blue and pink at the same time?
If they no,
hair dye?
No
So he's looking at something.
if they're super pro BLM, pro like staunch on abortion, like there's no.
So if you can tell by the way they look,
well, no, just off
What
of.
if it's a white girl who's pro BLM?
Those are the worst. They're the worst because
You knew
no
where that
lie.
answer was going.
No, I spoke to one before. And I'm like,
Found one
and
in the
she's
wild.
literally like,
Oh no.
what do you mean? Like, racism isn't blah, blah, blah. Like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, bitch, I'm telling you that I'm black. I'm living it. You're trying to tell me
Well,
that it's worse. than
and when
it
you
is.
said that, did Mary understand what you were saying?
It wasn't her. It wasn't her. She couldn't handle it though, man.
Both ways. Both ways. He still got laid. Could you have sucked it up? If she was bad, could you have sucked it up?
I
Let
don't
her
know if
suck
I'm
it
a
up.
real. I was about to
Thank you,
say,
thank you.
I don't know where we
Let
go
her
where
suck it
me
up.
sucking up anything.
We all
No.
want a little physical.
No, it don't get that
affection.
bad. It don't get that bad. It don't get that.
It don't get that bad. You won't
Uh,
stoop. You won't stoop that low.
No, and I like redheads. I like them all. I don't segregate. bro.
All you got to do is just go down to Monroe Ave. Well,
Don't want to go there.
But
You
don't
I'm
wanna
not
go to Monroe
driving.
Ave.
Just Uber. Just get in the Uber.
East Ave, Monroe.
No, You know what street I would
What
say?
you thinking? Wrong.
No, no. I would say. Oh man.
Florida. I'm not. Honestly, no. I'm
No.
that's it. No.
You got to pick a street in Rochester that you would say your kind of girl would live on.
I don't like the. I don't
Nowhere.
like the bitches in Rochester,
Mhm.
man.
I've heard that far too many times. Actually, I was talking to someone earlier today, and he said that his own son, who's like young, he said my son said something to me, and it was mind-boggling. He goes, "Why are Rochester women so ugly?"
So I don't think
Right.
they're ugly. There's some fine bitches in Rochester.
Yeah, but you don't have to be physically unattractive.
But
be
to
ugly.
find
Right.
them is hard, right? If
Well,
find
to
them is
find
hard.
them in their natural habitat,
Ooh,
because a fine woman in Rochester is not going to be at the club.
no, there
I'm
isn't
sorry,
even
you can say
clubs.
whatever you want, but
Ain't no
those
clubs.
those girls are made up.
I would never date a chick meeting her at a club.
Mm-mm.
Never,
I tried.
Never.
never.
Not even 10
Especially
years ago.
because I don't know how many times she been to the club.
Mhm.
A
You know what I'm
lot.
saying? Right. If you're a regular, if you know the security guards, nah,
Yeah, but what if she's 40 years old now and it used to be at the club?
nope.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
So no club girls.
Because somebody done probably been in there in the parking lot.
Right.
Yo, I was just
Right.
listen. I was a security guard too, man. Yo,
That helps.
I
You see how the mindset changes.
Yeah,
when,
man. I done seen it all, man. Girls is
and done it all.
Yep.
yeah. Oh man, I got some stories.
See, but isn't that the thing? Like, then why shouldn't a woman judge you on that?
She can all she want because she's not a man. It's a difference, right?
it?
And we're
Because girls are giving something up, guys are getting it.
yeah, I was having this conversation with
That's the
somebody
simplified
before
view.
about
You don't think it
just-
messes with your mentality? Like the one pastor that came in and talking about porn and stopping watching porn? No?
I mean, again, we are built to impregnate. We're supposed to,
Procreate.
that's what we're here for, right? But at the same time, I think it's a personal decision as far as how much you want to put your meat on the crap table. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, it's a numbers game until you die.
it's right.
And
It's a numbers
Rochester,
game.
people don't realize Rochester has a very high rate of HIV.
You're right. So what do you want to do? Like, I don't want to be King Dingling. I don't want to be King Dingling. I would appreciate, having a woman that is, first of all, 100% secure with who she is,
Mhm.
intellectual.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You've knocked off a lot of percentages of people.
Right. That's how it's so hard, right?
Mhm.
It's so hard to find these women.
Does the job type matter to you?
No, because
Not meaning someone that works at U of R versus someone that works at, Tops. I'm saying like a level of employment, meaning you're not a basic worker, you are seed level or higher. Does that matter to you?
No, I talk to a female right now she's got a PhD and you know what I mean. She's principal at a school, like
Well, and that's the thing, guys don't.
Why does that sound wrong?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't. Oh,
There you
Hey.
go.
Guys don't care about that.
Just gotta-
No.
girls
Gotta
care
stick it
about
in,
that.
I don't care about that.
Yeah, right.
because the conversation with her is like, okay, she does have a little higher level of intelligence on other things, but still has that same reaction as a female, same excitement when you say certain words to her. She's, she gets ignited the same way. A lot of females are a lot the same within, certain aspects of being a woman. So I don't.
They want safety and security.
Yeah. And I damn sure don't need your money. I don't. You know what I mean? If it was a partnership and it was an agreement together that, okay, there's certain sacrifices we have to make until the overall agenda is completed, then fine. But
is that why so many men find these business women so unattractive? Is because they're acting like men?
I don't know.
In
I
a
think those are
stereotypical way.
Yeah.
I think those are insecure men.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't care. No, seriously. I think that's insecure. Like for what a female does, on her own, good for her. That means I can have a conversation with you on business to where, you know what I mean? We could feed off of each other.
Yeah, but do you want, as a man, this is kind of a probing question. Do you want somebody that's kind of dependent on you? Or do you want someone that's fully independent?
Not in a financial sense.
Not at all.
No. Not dependent upon me as far as that emotional support in certain times where you're vulnerable, where you need somebody to, kind of talk to, whatever. And then after that, we're going to have sex.
You know what I like about Edna? And besides everything. It'll be random. Go, you trying to pick which one it is?
Gay.
I don't think that was the appropriate one.
Nope, that was this one.
Still wasn't good. I like what makes her sexy to me is that she doesn't need me. She chose, right? She chooses every single day to still be with me, no matter how much of a terrible person I am. I'm not really terrible, I don't think. But, in life, I think every man is terrible.
Shitholes.
Right. We are terrible freaking human beings. But the biggest thing is when we go out to eat and then she picks up the tab, I'm like, that's so fucking sexy.
Well,
I think that's sexy.
That's cool, but
I don't
honestly,
like it. I'd be like, all right, well,
well,
Yeah,
not to be gay.
I'm not saying like once a week. I'm saying like once in a while. It's like, I got this, babe. I got you. I'm like, oh yeah, babe. Oh,
Yeah,
hell
but
yeah.
No, but let me say, I think when we're talking about being with someone on that level, as far as marriage, first of all, let's not omit the bigger fucking word out of it. It's love. You know what I'm saying? Like, if she didn't love you, like we underestimate how important that aspect is. You have to actually love a motherfucker.
The action of love.
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
but
it's
the
something
action,
you
the emotion, the
do.
feeling, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Not just the feeling. I think that women are looking for that feeling, that fluttery feeling, which that dissipates over
No.
time. That's the entire part of
Mm.
being
You know what
No.
love
relationship.
You
I
know what love
disagree.
is?
I disagree. I think a lot of women fall in love. It's the lust. A lot
Right.
of women, the lust is what takes over a lot of women. The love, just like with a lot of men, a lot of people don't know what love actually is.
Well, that's
Right.
what Jose's saying, because it's an action, right? Like love to me is that I put oil in my wife's car and check her tires before she goes to work.
Every day.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
hell
the
yeah.
action, but also that emotional feeling you have for her makes you do that, though.
Sure, but it's also the fact that I could just as easily sit on the couch.
could
and
choose.
Yeah, I could pick my butt instead.
Right,
But I
and you know
don't.
what?
But I don't.
But
Right.
if you
don't.
do, if she saw it,
You
if
wait
she
till you're here to
saw
pick your
it,
butt.
That's right.
her love for you will overcome that disgusting act, and she's still emotionally,
The butt picking.
yeah, she
Okay.
still will bypass that
Yeah, that's
and
right.
allow you to be intimate with her in
Sure.
your
But
own
it's
own
still
way.
further than that because
Yeah.
you got to understand that over 50% of marriages still fail. Number one, they
Mhm.
all loved each other at some point. It is much more
Did
than
they?
just, I would say the
Because
vast
there's-
majority of them do. But hold on. How many times have you told a woman you loved her in the past? How many women have you said that you love?
Well, I told my kid's ex I loved her
Uh-huh.
all the time,
Okay.
and it didn't matter.
Right. But
After a
I
certain
would
point.
say what, a couple fingers?
Are we
Of
getting
women
into
that
the
you-
bedroom?
No. What I'm saying is how many
Couple
women
fingers
in
is
your
how
past,
Jose says he
how
loves
many
her.
women in your past have you said, I love you? Multiple, more than one.
Sure.
I mean, I do have two different baby moms,
Okay. So that's two people you've loved.
two people,
Right.
and then to the level of love.
No, it
I
doesn't
would
matter.
say.
You said
It
it.
does.
No.
It does.
No, you said it. You've loved multiple women.
Yeah, but they don't all
and
mean the
multiple
same
women
thing.
have loved multiple men.
Yes.
You gotta understand that love word is nothing without the action of
Yes.
not just accepting the other human being as, you know, this is the person I want to stand with and be with, but also understanding that you can't run away. You can't.
No.
Like, there's no option there. There is no plan B for
Allegedly.
right. Right. But you know, that's how I was raised in a, you know, in the household that I am, even though my parents are divorced. Actually, both of them are divorced twice. Or along those lines.
Mine too.
But to me, it's like at a certain point, you have to choose that you're not going to leave.
Mhm.
And that's the person that you love. Like, that is the one, as they call it, the one.
Yes.
So that's hard to find that one. And even now, I'm like, you know, I think Edna's the one. Edna's the only person I ever even actually thought of marrying.
Really? You only think it? You don't know it?
No. The only person I ever thought of marrying. And no, are you kidding me? She's the only woman I've ever put ahead of myself.
That's right.
I will say,
Put it in concrete now.
I will say,
Right. The only person I've ever put ahead of myself. I've never brushed another woman's vehicle off.
well, I know
Wow.
there is a
Edna's the only one. I've also only lived with two women in my life, I guess.
there is a woman that I have told I loved, but I know that I won't have that, you know what I mean? But if circumstances would change, like, yeah, what's up? Yeah. You know what I mean? So, but you know you love that person. You know, and you feel
when is that deciding factor of when you know you love?
when you feel that shit, when there's no fear, right? When you're not afraid to say that you love
Okay,
that
there you go.
person.
That's when this amazing connection happens somewhere in your abdomen region between your ball sack and your brain. And it just conglomerates right
Well,
in
yeah.
your heart.
Yo, that's the ultimate.
It's synergy.
Well, the ultimate connection is the whole, you know, body to body, you know, intimate,
100%.
and you know what I mean. But that's just like just like you're saying, just going further with the balls to the brain. You know, that's what's
gotta be-
talking to
it's
you.
gotta be
That's what's talking to you.
all-encompassing.
Yeah, that's what's making you say, yeah, I love this motherfucker. And you know, just let her listen. Don't even come to the room because it's a wrap.
I highly doubt that anyone listening right now would have thought that this would have been the first 30 minutes of our podcast.
because we're dope.
We are fucking dope.
We're
right.
dope. We can talk
But-
about anything.
I have a lot of sympathy for anyone that's dating right now. Like
I have sympathy
Jose said-
I have sympathy for one person.
Don't cry for me.
No, for
Argentina.
two. I
no,
think
no, just
Is-
kind of in general.
What comments do we have so far? Because I know
We have one comment.
It just says
One.
you guys are awesome.
that's it. Because everyone's pissed.
Why?
Right.
I don't know. You
Why,
never know.
man?
Scared
People are
everyone
I
upset.
want to know what the females think about dating now. Like, because I know a lot of guys that are dirtbags.
Oh my god.
Like most of them.
You know,
I know how bad guys are,
Yeah.
and I
guys are disgusting.
I have a 12 gauge on prime. Ready
Yeah.
for when my daughters
I
are.
man, that's
of
gotta be
age.
that's gotta be the worst. You have
And like, I'll
daughters.
kill a motherfucker. I don't care. Bring this back 20 years from now after I've done it. Like, here's me saying it.
Well, no, because then they're gonna say that's premeditated murder.
I don't give a shit.
I'm going to say that I think what we should be careful with as we go forward in this society of swipe left, swipe right, the overall ability to fall in love is going to just really be gone because
100%.
there's nothing that women value anymore when it comes to dating. Like, there's so many
Yeah.
men they can choose from, and they're so quick to just discard a man, right? If that man does something that does not fit within that.
Well, and he might be
Reality of theirs.
95% meeting their needs, right?
Yeah, but if
And
he
then
goes
it's
off 90%,
5.
he's fucked.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But it's also on the guy's side too, because we have a fleshlight that is like selling #1 sex toy for men.
Yeah, but
dude,
it
it's
doesn't
just
feel the
weird.
same.
You tried it, Austin?
Good for you, Austin.
I don't know. I was lonely. What
I
the
feel
fuck?
like my wife would buy me one eventually. Like
Mm.
when I'm like 45, she'd be like, "Fine, I'm too fucking tired."
You think she would what?
I think she'd buy one for me. I think
Oh,
women are
yeah.
probably the number one buyers of that.
She'd be like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go to sleep here.
Yeah, man.
Don't even want to give the hand job anymore.
Don't even rub it, right?
Is there an automated one,
Right.
Austin?
Not that I know.
A,
of.
pneu- a pneumatic one.
Look,
Pneumatic.
I went with a cheap model.
Now it's gonna be a time where it's gonna be like Uber sex, right? An application that's like Uber sex.
That's basically all like Tinder is. I was
Yeah.
on Tinder for a long time ago, but like fuck, it's the realization that like females also want sex is baffling.
There
Mhm.
are so many women who are just like men in that regard.
But
That's
been that way.
wild.
They've always been that way.
Because I was always
Have
told that it wasn't.
They have.
I think so too.
They have.
I just didn't. I don't know because going to church for most of my life, I'm like,
right.
pure and
Women
holy.
cheat just as much as men.
you think so? Just
I
as
think-
much? Just as much.
I think more.
yes.
You think more?
I think more they don't
Yeah.
say it.
They don't say it. They're
They don't
better
get caught.
And you know,
They're better
No, and
cheaters.
you know who they
Probably.
cheat with? People at work,
people at work.
But you know who men cheat with?
hookers.
No. The number one reason why men cheat is because their wife doesn't listen to them. So that's why they usually cheat with their
Right, because men crave
assistant.
on a low key an emotional aspect,
Right.
and women crave a physical aspect because it's the opposite of what they naturally go towards. Women crave emotional satisfaction and men crave physical satisfaction. When that is fulfilled, then you start looking towards those secondary things.
Especially in the absence of.
Yes.
but also I think
Boom, roasted.
right.
Hit the button.
women, they
roasted.
they
Put a lot of effort into that one.
Yeah.
they get caught up a lot with what's going on around them too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
There's
right,
always
right,
like
right.
this.
Well, because we always want, and that's everybody. I feel like we always want to be accepted.
Yeah, but women and their inability to be secure with their
Harder.
own, it's real hard for them. Men, we get insecure off of like, another man, probably fucking like 7 bitches.
BDS.
And then you look at his wife and she's like,
Sweet.
You know,
I was like, what?
10 years ago, she didn't have 3 chins and you know what I mean?
Or 3 of your kids.
right.
You know what you got to do as a man, because I feel like we've been talking about women. Let me just interrupt you real quick. I'll let you
I
finish.
think we've hit on the man
No,
thing too
we got-
a little
we
bit.
got
But go
some-
ahead,
we got some
continue.
men some
You-
love.
come on.
You gotta
can talk
tell-
shit about men too.
You gotta tell your wife she's sexy. You gotta
Not just tell her.
show
You
her.
have to show her
do
the
her
action
like
of you
she's
being
sexy.
sexually freaking attracted. to
Yes,
your
but
wife.
sometimes that shit don't matter because women get bored
No,
too.
but what I'm saying is like women are generally the more insecure sex, and I'm not saying always, but on aggregate,
But they get bored.
right?
Your attention, you're saying you're like, yo, baby, you look sexy.
Yeah, but you know what they get bored about? They get bored when they don't think that their man is attractive to other women.
Yeah. It's
So if your man is
fucking
not
retarded.
able to, if other women don't look at your man, they get tired of that.
That's a great point. So what you should do if you feel like your marriage is failing, find a woman and have her come up on you when your wife is around.
Pimping ain't easy,
Yeah.
man. Pimping ain't easy.
But that's the thing. As soon as a man starts like working out of nowhere during the break, like what are you working out for? Why are you working out? No, I gotta work out. You telling me I gotta work out? You know, and then like why is he at the gym? Who is he seeing at the gym? I'm not saying this is in my life because I don't work out. That's fucking stupid. I'd
Yeah,
rather
you're just gonna die.
I feel
Yeah.
like your guys' pickup techniques is like totally different than mine. Mine is entirely humor based. Like that's my
I don't have that.
yeah. See,
I'm
that's
not a
what-
humorous guy.
that's the only thing I got going for me. Like I'm a big
Yeah,
old.
but you're a
fat
big guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got humor. That's
Oh,
my
big
jam.
guy.
That's usually the go-to.
Which, by the way, is very hard to pull off on like Tinder and shit.
Yeah, it's about as hard as a condom to pull off after I cut.
Nailed it.
Boom, roasted. Well, let's talk about another. I'm gonna show you an example of how men screw themselves over. Pull up the Dr. Dre article.
Well, that's at the gay bar.
The gay bar.
This is how men can screw themselves because they allow their bravado to get the best of them. So everyone thought that Dr. Dre was the first billionaire black male in hip hop, right? Remember when Beats sold to Apple, and everyone said, "Oh, the first, billionaire hip hop guy, yada 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 yada." Well, come to find out, that was not the true story. What ended up happening was the talks were in, they were in the middle of talks, and Dr. Dre did a Facebook Live with what the hell is his name? Tyrese, terrible singer, FYI. Where Tyrese was bragging about being drunk on Heineken in a recording studio, and in the video, Dr. Dre brags about being the first billionaire in hip hop. Dave Cook, right? That's Dave Cook. That was the one that replaced Steve Jobs at Apple. Whatever, Cook was his last name. I know that for certain. The deal wasn't over yet, and Cook didn't want actually the deal. What he wanted was the software that came with it, the listeners of the music, the software program. But they said, look, you got to take Beats hardware with the software, or else we're not going to sell you shit. So they agreed on $3.2 billion. And that's what made him a billionaire. But when that live video came out, Apple's Cook was very not happy. He's a rich, older white guy. He doesn't like that bravado shit. He ended up stripping them of $200 million, a price reduction of $200 million, which put them under the limit of Dr. Dre being a billionaire. So his Facebook Live, when they were in the middle of contracts, he wanted to be this bravado, this big freaking the BDS guy, cost him $200 million. And that's why Jay-Z in 2019 became the first billionaire in hip hop.
Yeah, who cares though?
Well, I'm just trying to say that after all this time of men, where we know he was saying we're kind of digging on women, but we're digging on men as well. This is what men do.
Yeah, well,
Like they like to puff
that's what I'm
themselves
saying.
up.
Yeah, so like for you to do that, like to bring your dick to the table, like somebody gives a shit about your size. I don't care. No man should give a fuck about what another man has in his pocket. Nobody
Or
cares.
pants.
Exactly. Like in Dr. Dre, especially rappers, what has Dr. Dre actually brought to the overall,
Scheme of life.
yeah, or just for black community, period. Like, I don't get nothing out of, the first black billionaire is Jay-Z. Fuck Jay-Z. I don't care. Fuck Dr. Dre. Don't care.
Don't say it about Kanye.
I mean,
Don't you dare.
Kanye is
Fuck
dope.
Kanye. I'll say.
Kanye is dope, but I don't give a damn how much money he makes. None of that really matters to me.
But he has changed
oh,
the entire game.
he has. Kanye is
He is the Walt Disney of hip hop.
poop to scoop, scoop to poop.
Poop
I think Kanye is doing something that's very.
We should have that as a audio thing too.
He's doing something that's, I think, is very, of course, unique. But he's trying to empower. He's trying to do a lot of empowering at the same time, like through the lines or through the, through the disguise of his craziness. You know what I mean?
Well, most intellectuals at that level are crazy.
But I think he has to kind of do it because overall the masters up at the top know that the people who are ignorant are going to reject the message. They'll never follow it, But I don't see how this is inspiring for anyone to see,
No, not at all.
So,
Well, speaking of the higher ups at the top, let's bring up the Hillary Clinton article.
oh, shoot.
This is our weekly COVID update. I'm gonna count this one. So Hillary Clinton goes to the Met Gala wearing this, beautiful dress. Cool. Look at her black masked servant. It said major slave owner vibes. Regal
Yeah.
Hillary's gown attended to by black masked servants. Which again, this is still happening. I don't understand how these high-end Democrats are not grasping what the people are seeing when they see this. Like I see a rich white woman who has hired, what was that guy's name that was behind P. Diddy all the time with the umbrella?
Shoot.
Someone put in the comments.
Farnsworth Bentley?
Yeah.
Yes, that's his name.
Yeah. Him.
Farnsworth Bentley.
And no. So this freaking woman decides to hire this man to stand behind her to make sure her dress is okay while he's wearing a mask. I mean, come on.
Is he Haitian? You need to find out if he's Haitian. Because if he's Haitian, we know he's purchased.
Suspect.
Muy sospechoso.
Very, very suspect. I think Hillary Clinton and the Clintons are like the worst people on the planet.
Yeah, she's evil.
You can see it in her face.
Look at her face. Like, hey,
Hey girl, hey.
hey.
Well, if nothing else, fake.
Very fake.
Oh no, she's worse than fake. She's way worse than fake.
I mean, her dress is the color of blood, sacrifice.
Yeah.
Where are those fetuses?
Where are those fetuses? You know?
Feet tie.
All I'm saying is, where can I,
Fetty.
like, I got some wrinkles.
Fetty
Where can I
Wap.
get that like fetus cream? You know.
I know.
Sandra,
Korea.
call me.
Haiti,
yeah?
Korea.
The Clinton Foundation, they got a bunch of it.
There
They
we
got
go.
that on deck, man.
Well, let's get on to the next topic of what I'm sure you're gonna want on deck because you love orange juice.
Oh, I
Bring up
do
the
love
Tropicana
orange
Crunch,
juice. Yeah, I saw that.
the new cereal designed to be eaten with orange juice. Look at the hand that's pouring it too.
That's just gaslighting. It's gaslighting.
Yeah, but if it was a white hand, they'd be like, "Well, why can't black people eat it?"
Yeah, of course.
It'd be fucking.
Oh, black people can't afford that orange juice?
I mean, that's like
I
good
buy
orange
Walmart
juice.
orange
That is
juice.
good orange juice.
Yo, I'll drink any orange juice. Give me the gallon orange juice that's got all of the shit sitting at the
Someone
bottom.
told me
just
that
shake it
black
out.
people love
Concentrate.
orange juice, and I messaged him like, "Dude, do black people love orange juice?"
and Naruto.
That's an
They
absolute.
do love Naruto.
They do. My son's
I don't know what
big
that
on
is.
Naruto. My son is.
I'm
big
gonna
on
guess
Naruto.
it's like anime.
anime.
Yeah. Orange juice and
Black
Naruto.
people
What a
love
Saturday morning.
anime.
So black
He
people love
loves-
anime and they
Oh,
love
yeah.
orange juice.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It's like
So
the new
are they
karate
targeting
movies.
black people with this? Do you think they're targeting black people with Tropicana
It's a
Crunch?
black hand. Everything is done for a reason.
And it's black hand, right?
I mean, they got cereal with orange juice.
That looks like I'm not gonna say it.
What's his name?
It looks like they hired
Jemima?
Aunt Jemima,
Aunt
right?
Jemima's back. That look like a black. Is that a female hand or is that a black dude
It could
hand?
be
'Cause that
Uncle
could
Ben.
It could be Uncle Ben.
I don't know. It's got a wristlet
It could
and
be the
a
guy
ring.
from Cremo Wheat.
That's a right hand with a ring on the
Yeah,
ring finger.
right hand with a ring.
Oh, that's a female. It's
And
the
and
bracelet.
The bracelet, right?
That's a female.
Yeah,
so that's Aunt
that's a
Jemima.
petite bracelet
That's Aunt Jemima.
with
Wearing
the white.
wearing the clan jacket.
But who the fuck? Like, what does the cereal taste like? Does it
And what-
taste like oranges? Like an orange, tangy, like crunch?
And did they miss the bowl when they poured it, or did the cereal pop out when she poured he
Well, they
poured the
don't,
Tropicana in
they
it?
don't clean their house. They don't give a shit.
Well, yo, listen, don't orange juice already
I'm
like
just saying it's
scar up your
stereotypical.
mouth?
Yeah,
Like, so you're
Doesn't
chewing.
always what?
it's acidic.
Yeah, it's very acidic. So if you're chewing shit on top of drinking acid, pretty much,
Yeah, that will destroy your
mouth
teeth.
is fucked. That's
Can-
too
can-
much.
We're not gonna get past the fact that it's probably disgusting.
Well, you're gonna be shitting
I mean, I don't
too,
know.
like crazy,
I mean,
man.
Would you try it
It's like
also?
what you know? What I did try was the Sour Patch Kids cereal. Anybody remember that? It was the worst.
I
Turns out
did not want to do
Nothing goes worse than sour and milk. Like those that
yeah.
flavor combo is just the worst thing that's ever
Bad.
been
that. Sounds
invented.
Do you actually drink regular milk, or do you drink like nut milk?
Oh, regular milk, whole milk.
Did you say nut milk?
Yeah.
Yeah, like almond
He thought
milk?
he was gonna
No.
set him up.
Yeah, almond milk,
No,
oat milk.
no,
None of the above?
Yeah, no, whole milk.
No, okay.
What? Unpasteurized?
Yeah, just the like richest, creamiest milk.
Would you drink straight out of the udder?
Basically sperm.
Essentially.
Yeah. well,
Like just once to say I did it, I would
Yeah.
allegedly.
all milk has pus in it.
That's right.
All
Oh
milk.
yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
And the chocolate milk has a little bit more. Yep,
That's
FDA,
racist.
The FDA approved the chocolate milk because it, for the milk that has a little bit more pus, throw some chocolate in it. All right, it's good. Passes. So drink up,
I do
chocolate milk lovers.
I do like that. more.
Look, everything we eat is disgusting. Like like if you think about meat, like yeah, it's gross, but whatever, it's still delicious. I don't give a fuck.
You know,
Chicken has a lot of pus in it. There's
No, I only eat grass fed.
You're fucking gay.
Where you have to get that Wegmans.
Wegmans.
Yes.
That's right. Organic, grass fed.
Oh yeah, all day.
You know, something I really think is weird. Baby formula. Go ahead, pull up the article of
yeah,
baby
yeah.
formula. Isn't like I always thought that was weird. Like you're just gonna feed your baby chemicals.
Yeah, I think this is a no.
Hey,
This is
some
a
ladies have
nice.
trouble, producing.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I get that.
My
But you can
kids
still
are on formula.
yeah. But you don't think that's weird though?
Why?
Because it's formula. Like it just sounds
It's
weird.
basically a protein shake.
I was gonna say everything is chemicals.
Right.
Like even if they're
But-
naturally produced,
Yeah.
you break them down far enough, it's all chemicals.
I
You are chemicals.
First of all,
We are chemicals.
I'm like the sweetest chemicals.
yeah.
I'm like nut milk.
Listen, y'all. I got
know what that
4
is.
kids, and I will say I was a very, very hands-on dad. Right? Very hands-on. And feeding my kids, I fed the Infamil. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I also fed, prepared breast milk, finest breast milks. Now,
Artisanal breast milk.
our first,
Grass
and
fed.
this is my second baby mom's. Our first 2 kids, right? She attempted to breastfeed, and just her own anxiety kind of got the best of her because she thought the baby wasn't getting enough milk. That happens with so many women. They get afraid that the baby is not getting enough milk until we finally found a doctor that was like, oh, no, honey, don't worry about it. You may think they're not getting a lot of milk, but they are, because you're, the little bit that you give them at this point, it goes a long way. Right. And so as you go along, as your body starts saying, oh, the baby's getting bigger, yeah, I need to start producing more milk. Naturally, they start pushing out more milk. And I'm telling you, before you knew it, we could have sold gallons of milk,
to bodybuilders.
Right. We could have did it.
They're drinking titty milk. Did you know that?
I think
Give me
this is a
HGH.
non-issue because we probably don't know or realize the reason why the women took them off the titty is because they came up with this shit.
The National Baby Formula, because there's people that are listening that don't see what this says. National Baby Formula shortage is getting worse, and parents are desperate for it to end.
Well, so like my wife with both of our kids, she was able to breastfeed for about 2 months, and then it just stopped. She just stopped producing
damn.
milk. So
See, I don't know. I've never been through this. I don't know anything about breastfeeding, to be honest.
Did they give her what did her doctors say was the reason?
She just stopped.
Was it water? Did she drink a lot of water?
Nope. We tried everything, especially with the first one too, because like at that point it was all unknown. So her milk supply dried up, and she wasn't producing the amount that she needed. So she would try pumping, and she would try latching, and it was for about 2 months. And for our second one, it was the same thing.
Dang.
So
Benefit is you don't walk around with like wet spots on your nips all the time, right?
well, not because of breastfeeding, but I sweat a lot. So.
It's sweat. But I mean, there was one baby formula company that they retracted 3 of their formulas
Why?
because of they were killing babies.
Oh,
Just kill him.
Right? They were coming up
it's
with
not
some
the COVID-19
disease.
vaccine.
Allegedly.
Hey,
There we go.
legend.
So that we can stay on YouTube.
Yeah, right.
I think
Motherfuckers.
we
We can say motherfuckers on here, but I can't say that babies are dying at a higher
Do you
rate
know
than
what
ever before.
Little sidebar. Do you know what the origin of motherfucker is? Do you?
it's from slavery,
Yeah.
slave days. Yeah, because they were making the slaves bang their mom.
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't know that until fairly recently.
Mm-hmm.
So are we going to cancel that?
Do we know if that's true or not?
Well, it's true because they were breaking the men that way. The first thing you're gonna do to control a man is take away his pride.
Yep.
Like I was saying last week, the other show, they have so much data on how to control and manipulate people. Just from slavery, they did every freaking thing. We're all freaking, our ancestors were test subjects at that time.
Man,
You know what I mean?
continue. I can't believe we're about to segue from this to my next topic. That was perfect.
Oh, and
You're welcome.
That's what we do, right?
The what happened there? You
I
pressed
don't
it,
know,
it
we was
happened.
waiting.
Actually, I don't even see where my notes were. I wrote it down though. The 3/5. Remember when slaves were counted as 3/5 of a human being, right?
Mhm.
Do you know the reasons why? So the South was trying to get as many votes in the federal government as they possibly could.
Mm.
And so they were trying to count the slaves. And so since the South had so many slaves and the North was like, look, we're trying to fight this.
Yeah.
They didn't want to allow them to have as many voting power in the federal government. So they came to a 3/5 agreement so that they couldn't count the slave as a total human being. So actually, as terrible as that is, where you count a slave as less of a human being, it saved the United States by that compromise, which we don't see in this country anymore. We don't see a compromise like that where they can say, look, this sucks right now, but you're gonna have to suck it up because it's for the betterment of our future. Even though I guess that's what a lot of Democrats are doing right now. But to bring up the Supreme Court protests, this is absurd. Protesting at justices' homes should be a subject of condemnation, not criminal charges. Do you know it's illegal under federal law, Code 18 USC 1507? Any individual who pickets or parades with the intent of interfering with, obstructing, or impeding the administration of justice, or with the intent of influencing any judge, juror, witness, or court officer near a U.S. court or near a building or residence occupied or used by such judge, juror, witness, or court officer will be fined or imprisoned not more than 1 year or both. It is illegal for these, for these people to be protesting in front of these justices' homes. On top of it, it's fucked up. Like, we're talking about the one arm of our government that keeps the rest of them in check. Because remember, when they said that the CDC, that the federal government allowed the CDC to overstep their bounds, that means that they broke the fucking law when they said that mask mandates must be extended. It was broken when they said they had to, do it. That means the government broke the law. They took your freedoms away from you. They went above and beyond the powers that were given to them by the Constitution. They broke the law. That's what this court system says to them. Now, Roe v. Wade, another tough conversation. I get it. But what they're saying is that the courts overstepped their boundaries and it should be given to the states. The states should be able to decide. New York State is not going anywhere with being able to abort fetuses. Like, they're not going anywhere.
They're getting paid.
They're trying to codify it now, which you can only expect that from New York. We get it. We know where we live. We know who runs this state. We get it. Okay. But this is not legal. You can't go to a Supreme Court justice's house, protest, picket there, trying to influence them to change their minds. That is not okay.
Well, they were trying to do that here. They were trying to release the information of RPD officers' address and shit like that. They've been doing this. It's like, yo, when we see these headlines, somebody's up at the top gaslighting and setting shit off. This is an agenda from somebody that's financing this shit. Somebody with a lot of money wants this shit to happen, and this is really attacking the very fabric of our democracy.
But we're seeing that it's
of
all
our republic.
illegal.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
we have a republic.
But we're seeing as time goes on that it's all been illegal. It's been overstepping the bounds and the boundaries of our federal government. They can't do this stuff to us.
Well, all they need is a bunch of insecure, ignorant motherfuckers that will believe it and go with it. They'll gaslight them, into believing that their own bubble is about to burst. And these are the people that's doing it. So go get them.
My emotional shrieking outweighs the Constitution, Jose.
Look,
and that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But like I was saying though, someone is doing this. Like who's the article by? Who's this by?
Jonathan Turner.
The Hill.
of the Hill.
So, either way, it could be the right or the left as far as this, the publication that we're getting this information from.
Mhm.
Somebody is paying a lot of money to have these stories being fed into the public to where they know it's going to gaslight a whole bunch of people. They don't care which way it goes. They just know it's going to cause a reaction. It's going to cause a divide.
You know what else is going to cause a reaction and a divide?
Uh-oh.
Pull up the minimum wage article, please.
Oh, shit.
So those of us who own businesses or actually understand the value of a dollar, understand that when you institute a higher minimum wage, businesses are going to hire less people of color who are teenagers. For the most part, that's just what happens, whether they're doing it instinctively or they're just doing it because most businesses are in urban centers, which I believe that's what it is. I don't think it's racist. I think that a lot of businesses are within city boundaries where they hire these teenagers to come in at a starting wage, come in, help us build a company, and we hope that you grow with us. This right here says the cure for the great resignation: hire older workers. What do you think is going to happen when you increase the minimum wage? Because they're talking about increasing it even more now. When you increase the minimum wage from what when I started was $4.25 an hour. That's when I was 15 years old, 14 years old. That was half my life ago.
Back in 1974.
It was 1996. All right, 95, 96. I started at $4.25 an hour, and I was perfectly fine with making the living that I needed as a teenager to be able to take a girl out to have, out to the movies. I didn't need that much, but
Allegedly.
to go see Bring It On. But this is what's going to happen is that now businesses are going to say, well, if I have to hire somebody at $15, $20 an hour at minimum wage, why don't I just hire some person that has the life experience of a freaking retired person and say, hey, come in, work for freaking 20, 30 hours, and I can hire this person instead of hiring that teenager who just wants to freaking make some extra money to take the girl or boyfriend out to the movies.
I think a lot of the youth, though, it's part of their fault too, because a lot of these motherfuckers don't like to work.
Yeah.
A lot of them, you go to these restaurants, these fast food restaurants. How many times your order is fucked up because you got a 12-year-old, not 12-year-old, a 16-year-old. You got
Whoa
a
there,
16-year-old, right? You got a 16-year-old. Welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? What is it?
How can I
Huh?
help you? That would be like,
Yeah, right. Shocking, right?
hey,
Yo,
You
it's
know.
McDonald's.
I literally, someone gave me the food. Like I'm at the window of a fast food place. I won't name it because I can't remember which one it was. Handed me the food, closed the window, and like started talking to the person behind them. And I look at my wife and I go, thank you. Have a great day. Like what
Work
the?
ethic is terrible.
Here's a
Right.
survey. Take this at the end. This will help me. It's nothing.
It's work
It was
ethic,
crazy. The work ethic is abysmal.
I like want people to come up to me if I'm walking down, through the mall or whatever. Hey, nobody walks through the mall. Like try to sell me something.
Old people.
Like try
Trying
to
to sell
sell
you
me
something?
something. Like try.
Yeah.
Just try. I'm not gonna buy it, but like try.
Yeah.
Like I I don't get that anymore. Especially at,
attempt.
like
Just show that you.
there's nothing. There's nothing like that.
What do they have to look forward to, man? Everything is so instant. You see a whole bunch of Instagram thoughts online. They figured that shit. All I gotta do.
Well, to be
is,
fair, titties.
yeah, but I'm saying that they're like, all I need is a like. I can get paid off of likes.
Right.
Right.
I got
Well,
a check from TikTok.
Here's what most kids think they're gonna do. They're gonna start a YouTube channel, and then they're gonna start a podcast. They're gonna talk about politics, and they're gonna get two of their friends that are gonna join.
And then they're gonna syndicate it to all the radio stations around the
Yeah,
globe.
Right, and they're gonna
Here we
change the
go.
world.
But how
single time we talk.
how do we find a way though, as a society, as leaders, to bring back work ethic and value work?
We can't do that as leaders. We can do it as family leaders.
Part of it is that what I've seen is that companies don't care about or rather the millennials don't care about companies, and they leave and all this stuff, but companies don't care about millennials. Like there's no loyalty. There's no company loyalty, and there's no loyalty from workers.
Yeah, but they're not paying you for loyalty,
No, they just want your energy, your time.
right?
But you kind of are if you want to invest in a
they don't want to invest.
They don't
Well,
want you to retire.
that's the point.
with them?
That's
Okay,
the
so what
problem.
your expectations are that the company needs to invest in you
yes
by doing what? Besides 401k, besides tuition reimbursement, besides giving you a paycheck every week, besides giving you health benefits, what else do you want?
make it seem that I'm not replaceable.
So your emotional damage. You want them to make you feel good.
No, I want them to make it seem like I'm a valued aspect of the
Well, you're only valued if you bring value.
but
so
if I know that I am.
yeah, but everyone thinks they are.
No. Because if you're gonna tell me day in, day out that I'm replaceable, then fuck you.
I don't think they're telling you that though.
No, they are.
They are.
They
no,
are.
they're telling you
100%.
that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
don't have to tell you. At the top, they don't give a fuck.
What
'Cause
they're
they-
saying is we need more out of you
Yeah.
for the
and-
limited dollar amount that we're going to pay you.
Right. So fuck you.
Okay. Well, there's a balance there because you can only pay so much, but then you get. How do you fix that? Because that's a whole culture thing then to make people feel good about going to work.
No, you don't hang
The threat.
firing over their head.
Is that what they're doing? I haven't had
Yes.
a real job in like forever.
100%. Yep.
You know,
You're replaceable. Get to work, or I can bring in somebody else. That
But
can do it.
everybody know you are replaceable in life.
And that's fine, but no, give me a little bit of cognitive dissonance in it.
What would make you feel better? You want words?
If you do go above and beyond, acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Like that.
So
and that-
acknowledgement.
Yes.
Okay.
If some like because there are places where you do go, you all right, like you did a really good job on that, and they don't give a fuck. So then you get paid the same amount as Jimmy Joe Fuckwad over there,
Right.
who's
Yes.
like
I think
will
I-
do anything.
I guess I've just always picked really great companies.
I guess.
See, yeah, I don't know. I worked for Walmart. Fuck that.
Yeah,
place.
no, that
Yeah.
ain't it.
I worked for Target.
well,
Like,
That ain't it either.
right.
Like Best Buy was my favorite job of all.
Circuit
So that's
City.
a real company.
That's
a real
that. They
company.
they taught you though. They taught me stuff that I still use today.
See, so yeah, so they invested in
They
you.
did invest
Right.
in me.
Right.
Companies now don't
They,
do that.
which
But is it
gives you-
companies
gives
or is
you
it
a
the things
sense
that,
of
the ones
worth.
that you're choosing? Because I feel like the same job training program is still there. I'm sure.
but
And again,
listen,
I worked at Bank of America. Bank of America is a huge corporation. I may not believe in some of the things that they're doing now, but they never made me feel like I was never appreciated.
different slave
Right.
masters, bro.
Well, there you go. So
Different
apparently
slave
Bank of
masters.
America and Best Buy are good companies.
They're
A
just
lot of companies aren't.
But
Yeah.
but it can't be that I just chose great companies to work for.
Why?
Because maybe I just knew who I wanted to work for.
Okay.
And I didn't just choose a job because they're going to pay me. I chose a job because I knew that I was going to do great
So-
at that position.
But how did you discern that before you started working there? You were like,
Yeah, you didn't
Best
know.
Buy.
I only applied at jobs that I wanted to work at. Like I really wanted to wake up and go to work for.
but okay, like
but-
Walmart still needs workers.
I don't. No one wants to go to Walmart though. Like no one wants to work at Walmart.
So
A lot of people want to work at Wegmans though.
Do you not want Walmart to be around?
No, I don't. But
Oh, I fucking love Walmart.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
sure
Wegmans.
I'm sure Wegmans pays
Oh,
the same
Wegmans?
as Walmart.
Hell yeah.
No,
Oh,
Wegmans is known
I'll
for
take-
paying their employees better than like.
No, I
Walmart.
guarantee they do not pay their employees
I know
very
people who
well.
work at Wegmans who,
for 20
like,
years, probably.
No, like
Brand new employees.
yeah, younger people for sure.
Well, there you go.
yeah.
That should be the
Yeah, and which is why Wegmans has such a high employee satisfaction
Right.
rate.
So why don't you go on that list and say, I'm gonna go find one of these jobs that I know I can bring the most value from Jose out of myself to this company.
But how do you tell like the youth of America what? Because 16-year-old kid on the street isn't looking at the #1 employee rating satisfaction lists. You know
But
what
I
I'm
think
saying?
in this day and age, we know that we want to be happy when we wake up in the morning and go exchange our
So-
time for $1.
So how do we communicate that to like younger people?
I don't know how you do it. My parents never told me that. I just knew
So
that.
you just expect everyone to like know that. Like
I expect everyone
else.
else to be smart enough to know that you want to exchange your dollar.
there's your problem.
your
You
hour for
expect
$1.
Everyone to be smart enough. That's
Yes.
a mistake.
That is a mistake. I see that.
well, I always compare working in the labor market to a form of enslavement, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll
It
never go
is.
back.
You're right. It is a form of enslavement. So you have good slave masters, you have bad slave masters, right?
Uh-huh.
It's been that way, for eternity. And when you compare the plantations, right, of Walmart and Wegmans, they're just two different. They're just two different levels of, you trading your time for no type of appreciation. You know what I mean? So as the individual, it's up to the individual within the plantation that you're working under to find a way to get inspired to go somewhere else or do
You're in
somewhere else.
control of your hour.
And I
Like, you
think
get
that
to
people,
choose.
and the people up at the top know that though.
Mhm.
They know that in today's society, there are millions of people who are in the market for labor. You know what I mean? They know that they're gonna always find somebody's gonna come in. And if
Right.
they lose someone though, they know that someone that's already there is gonna work extra hard because they have that. They know they're gonna have some good slaves in
To make up for.
to make up for what they
I do see
lose.
that as a problem.
Yeah. So, but again, at the same time, it's like they just know, bro. They're just these people up at the top. They just know humans and how we kind of just
Yeah, because they
operate.
invented the school system.
They
that
invented the
created
whole
that.
system. Yeah, they know what they know. They know.
All right. So what you're saying is, be your own boss. Take your kids out of public school. Fuck the system. Right?
What I'm saying is, you control your hour. What you do in that
Yes, I do.
hour is completely up to you.
Yes, I do.
Right. You control your hour. I control my hour. You control your hour. Awesome. You control your hour because you're here late night and you're getting paid every single hour we're on.
He's
this
not
thing.
getting any more money, but he's truly appreciated according to
Not any more money, right? But Austin can charge whatever the hell he wants to charge. Sometimes I ask him, "What do you want?
He is
How much
a
you want?" Because I don't know what to pay Austin. I think that Austin is. I appreciate
dope.
Austin.
a Jefferson and a Handy J.
What's a ZJ? If you don't know,
You know,
I have $6.
can't afford it.
what we need though. I do think though, it still starts with the individual and what you want for yourself. If you don't know what your purpose is, it doesn't matter
Yeah,
what job you do.
That's exactly it. Most people now don't know what their purpose is.
Yeah.
But you know what you want to
No.
wake up and
necessarily.
and
No.
he's-
No.
Heck
Hold on.
no.
Okay, hold on. Because I know that if I were to be in the market right now, it was. It was.
No.
I want to flip burgers. I can either choose to go to McDonald's or I can choose to go to Chick-fil-A.
How do you know?
I'm gonna
that?
choose freaking Chick-fil-A just because I know those
Why? Why?
workers look
Why?
happy because they look happy.
McDonald's has great benefits.
I'm
I
sure they
love-
do,
love
but I would
McDonald's.
rather
Still shit on
work at a
McDonald's.
company that I know I'd be happy working for.
But
You don't know.
McDonald's
don't
workers
know
do
that.
not look happy.
I
You
would
can
be
give them all the
pissed off.
benefits in the world.
I like Chick-fil-A, don't get me wrong, but I would not tolerate that preachy bullshit.
They're off on Sundays
they
and on holidays.
Don't work.
I
Su-
think if
never
you work for
Sundays.
Chick-fil-A,
Right.
you're working for a cult, like because you are.
Oh, it looks-
Yeah, but
brainwashed in
that is a
fucking
cult that
place.
gives you holidays off
Yes, you're right.
and gives you Sundays off.
But
Fuck it.
everybody
That's a
is
fantastic
literally
cult.
a carbon copy of each other. But I guarantee you, they're not that happy when they're ready to go. They're like, yo, I can't get.
Well,
I
no,
can't wait to
because they
get the
smell like
fuck
oil.
up out of here.
They smell like oil. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
they're ready to get the fuck up out of there. But
I used to work at KFC. Man, I love KFC. You know why I love KFC?
That's racist.
I loved KFC because I used to get out of work and used to take the food home with me.
that's your. But see,
That was amazing to me. That was
Yo,
huge for me.
that's
I
you.
got to eat every single
it for
night.
you. So many people just don't
Chicken
know
pot pies.
what the hell they want to do.
Yes.
I like put it like this.
Yeah.
Whose fault? Or I'm sorry, no. Whose responsibility is that?
No, it's the individual.
Okay.
It is an
Yeah,
individual.
there you go.
It is the individual. It's all
Yeah,
about
but
the
when
individual.
everything's been pushed on you, like be a
Then
You know
again,
how
that's the parents for not teaching their kids.
No, you know how many kids have told me they want to be fucking YouTubers?
Yeah,
It's
all of them.
disgusting.
Bruce.
Yeah.
like
Ah,
And you know how
That's
many
not what he said he wanted to be, though.
ah.
He was
Dr.
a
Gomes,
teacher.
He's a TikToker. That's
He's
like a
TikTok.
gay.
That's
YouTuber.
even worse. I'm just gonna dance.
No, you.
That's judgy though, because he's making money off of what he enjoys
Yes,
doing.
but
Humans
on-
are judgy. Fuck you. I'll judge you. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. When you say only God can judge me, it's like I can do my best.
No. Everyone judges. I get it. What I'm saying is, we're sitting here making fun of.
No, I'm not
we.
making-
I'm not making fun.
No, no, no.
I am.
Let's
But he
clarify.
chose his path, right?
Yes.
And
No,
we're
he
complaining
didn't.
about the
No.
past that.
No,
No?
Jose,
Okay.
that's the difference. It was gifted. And I'm not saying he doesn't work for it, but what I'm saying is he got lucky.
The harder you work, the luckier you get.
But I don't think. I
No.
don't think. I
No?
don't think he should be. I don't think he's not. He should be celebrated as like a
I'm not
creator
as-
or an inventor. You know
You're
what I'm saying?
aspiring to be that.
Yeah.
The
like,
value. I mean, you're saying that the value that he's creating is not worth the
100%.
yeah. He's just taking advantage of a platform that was created. The person that created TikTok is the motherfucker. That's the GOAT. The person
Right.
that created it, that gave the opportunity for millions of people to kind of piggyback off of and get paid for it.
Dancing.
That's the
I'm a
person.
TikToker.
If you don't have the ability to create value for yourself,
Uh-huh.
that's on you as the person. You have to.
It's not your fault, but it's your responsibility.
right. Like if you get fired from that job, you have to go to another employer to show what your value is in
Right.
order for you to get hired again.
Exactly.
It's the way it is. So, but when you have like
Trisha,
these,
you know what I meant.
But so when you have these places like
I
that
did.
that employ like Walmart or go down to the bottom of the barrel, like the city of Rochester, where they only pay you
Watch yourself.
$12 an hour.
Watch yourself.
They only pay you $12 an hour.
I
to
can
be
pay
a
$12 an
security
hour
guard.
working for the city.
Right, but I was getting
I'm sure it's
paid.
at that level.
I was getting paid $12 an hour to work for the city, but I already knew what my
What is
purpose
my
was.
rate?
It wasn't
Right,
for
Right.
you know what I mean.
Right.
I knew I wasn't getting compensated. I knew what my
Right.
end game was.
Right.
You know,
Right.
so
And so that's the thing. If you're not going to compensate people monetarily, they will make
17.
up for it in a different way. And that's why I think you see so much theft at like a Walmart. Why you see so much shrinkage.
or
as they
Home
call it.
Depot, or you know. But at the same time,
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Latinos running out of Home Depot.
you got to do what you got to do.
Man, every time I see them, like,
videos?
But
yeah,
Best Buy, right?
you know.
You
I've
gotta do
seen
what
it in
you gotta
person.
do.
I've seen it in person. I've seen this freaking
Just,
this fat Mexican running down with his cart full of stuff, and then some
They
big huge
don't-
white guy comes out of Home Depot.
Yo,
Hey, and I'm
But
like,
yo,
"Whoa."
Patricia said you aren't flipping burgers.
I know.
at
I told
Chick-fil-A."
Patricia. She knew what I meant. She knew what I meant.
No, but see, but why would an employer inspire their employee to leave them? Right? That's like inspiring a slave to be. You want to be free? Go ahead, be free.
I want to that, but as a business owner, I do want to inspire that.
No, you don't.
I do.
No, why? Because they're gonna leave. They're gonna be your competitor.
No, because if you
They
treat
might
them
wanna
that
be-
way, they won't leave.
No, not necessarily. Now,
See,
now
I
there
think
are
That's the
people,
buy-in that they're
No,
talking about.
There are people that want to be workers. They're
Yeah,
like,
right.
yo, I want to come to work, but to
But they want
find
to
them,
feel empowered.
yeah,
Well, they
but
wanna
to
have
find them is hard.
purpose.
Right.
And that's all
Yes.
it is.
It's a very small number though to find those
I
people.
don't think so.
Think about it. The people that will show up on time every time.
That's
you know what I
true,
mean.
actually, yeah.
It's very small.
Yeah.
But the motherfuckers that's there, like, oh, I gotta go to work today. Oh,
I
yo,
hardly ever showed up
gotta
to work
go.
on time. I was always like 1 minute late clocking in.
even
Always.
but even if you're late, if you're not prompt, you know what your purpose is. You're
But I
not
kick
there for
ass.
that. You're not there for that employer's dream. You're there for your own dream. So I'm using you and your money to help support what I want to
Well,
do.
yeah, most people are self-serving.
Everybody.
I would hope you are though working for
And by
someone, you know?
most people, everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But self-serving in what way though?
In that if I like there has to be either some symbiotic relationship to an employer-employee relationship.
Yeah.
There can be in turn a benefit to the employer when that person feels as though they're doing the best thing for them.
But the employer though is always isolated because you want to know why he has his watchers. He has,
Oh, for
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? He
Yeah.
has the supervisors, the managers, all them.
Well,
know,
middle management
taskmasters,
is
you
the,
mean?
yeah, middle management's the biggest scam in America.
Yeah, that's the most.
Yeah.
That's the biggest waste of money in every corporation ever. That's why they're one of the first ones to go.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It should be.
But at the same time, I think the companies that are successful, like Wegmans, is that they know how to pick the talent from their own pool and they promote them. They
Yeah.
pick the right people and put them in
I
the
think
right
it's-
places.
I think it's more than that. I think they're hiring people based off of their personality, teaching them how to be Wegmans.
Is Wegmans
know.
hiring people based on their personality?
I don't know.
You don't think so?
No,
Have
I don't
you
think so.
seen-
No, I think
I love asking Wegmans people like where something is.
All right, Jose, we'll go. You and I will apply.
Okay, I will not.
You don't
three
have
of-
to actually work there. This is an experiment. Jose.
The three
Yeah,
of
but
us.
then you if they give me enough money,
Oh, all right. It just like later to the city council. Just
oh, I just found out how much I get paid on city council. I get paid $17 an hour.
oh snap!
I get
I'm
paid
taking your job.
$17 an hour to
Shit.
be the most hated person in the city of Rochester,
I'll take it.
besides Malik, I guess.
You got paid $5 more than the security guards.
Well, Malik wouldn't be so hated if you wore shoes that actually fit.
That
him.
actually fit.
All right, so
what are our Patricia up in there? Oh wait, somebody said they
Damn,
loved us at
what?
the top. We got to give them props. So I missed that. You guys are awesome. Yeah,
that was at the
Jason?
very beginning. That was like the
Thanks,
first
Jason.
sentence. Jason said that.
That's what's up,
Hell
Jason.
I said
But read-
men, and he was like, "You guys are the greatest ever."
Yes.
Fuck,
I appreciate
Read
you,
Patricia's
Jason.
book though, because she wrote a good one.
She wrote a book. Oh, problem is that too many people have a fallback or a safety net.
That's right.
When I was living on my own at 16, going to high school and working a minimum wage job, I realized I wanted more out of my life than the tiny little apartment and barely getting by with no help from anyone. So I went to college and now have an amazing career as a real estate appraiser, and I have a more fulfilling life than I ever could have imagined. You just have
That's-
to want
that's
a better
like,
life and go out and find out how to get it. God,
That's what
gosh
Eric,
darn
No,
right.
yeah.
Eric
Gosh
Thomas
darn right.
says. You got to know what your why is.
Yeah, well, that's
Who said?
Eric Thomas.
Eric
You don't know
Thomas.
Eric Thomas?
The singer?
E.T.
You're-
That's your boy E.T. Thank God it's Monday. The hip hop preacher.
I have no idea. What
You're
you're
waiting, Jason.
Oh, you definitely.
He sang, right? Was he the singer?
He played football though, but you know, I always, like I said, man, I always use the slavery as like an analogy or an example, but it really is what made Frederick Douglass great is because he was a slave that literally saw more for himself. He knew there was more out there for himself. He said, no, I don't want to be whatever, right? Bring it up all the time, but it's a fact. If you don't have any time, if you don't know what your purpose is, you're gonna have a hard time finding it. You're gonna have a hard time.
No, I don't agree.
I do.
I don't think you can
I
find
agree.
your purpose until you start doing something.
Well,
And then
you be
once you
working.
start doing
Where do you
something,
start?
fucking
you
working
find
at
out what
Walmart,
you
do it.
don't like. You find out what you don't like. You find out what you're not willing to sacrifice for that dollar. That's how you find your purpose, by doing something.
Disagree. There's too many choices to start out with.
Yeah.
You have to have an idea.
You gotta have an idea. Yeah.
Where do you, okay,
So you just went against everything you said before.
no. You're saying that to find your purpose, you have to start doing things. No. I think you got
I'm saying you have to start.
Yeah, you got to know, but you don't just start working at fucking Walmart.
No, but you know where your values are, where you know where your powers are. Your
No,
highest
some people
value of
don't.
something.
I think you're ascribing too
Right.
much.
So how do you find out? Sit at home and do nothing?
You
Yeah,
get
think
inspired by
about-
other
No.
people.
No,
you
you
can
can't-
use
you-
other people.
But you can't find it by sitting at home doing nothing.
No, but you can get inspired or find your purpose
but
through others. though.
You're also saying that if you know what your purpose is, quote unquote, then you know what you're supposed to do for a living, and that's not.
No, I didn't
true.
say that.
That's
You
what
literally
you're
just put
saying.
that in my mouth.
That's what you're saying.
No, what I said was if you know what you like doing,
Yeah.
then you go do a job that pertains to that. Or if you start doing something and you find out that you really like one thing, or you find out that you're really good at one thing, or you find out that you really hate this one thing, then you tend to not do something, or you tend to do something that goes with what you believe is your
I think you're
strengths.
oversimplifying it.
The thing you love isn't hiring.
Yeah. Right.
The thing you love is what? Like,
Is not hiring.
I like how Austin took the sip.
right. That wasn't a sip. He literally chugged the one sip that was left. It was like that much left. And he does this.
That was like half the can.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
wasn't.
I remember working at Wegmans. That was my first ever job, and I was like fucking 13 at the time.
Yeah, and it probably
You got a job at Wegmans at 13?
Sucked,
Yes,
didn't
this
it?
was fucking 1990, bro.
Right. But again,
Look at it.
bro, you could. And
I'm just saying. That's what.
I got it. I worked at Big Lots.
Of course you do.
oh, right there over cross street.
Yeah, right next to Wegmans.
I
Because I,
didn't
couldn't
work
get a Wegmans job.
I didn't
That's
work
right.
at that Wegmans. I worked at the one on Mount Hope back in the
Damn,
day.
all the way over
Yeah,
there?
yeah.
Damn.
And I lived
Oh,
on
yeah.
I lived on Norton, so I had to catch the bus
Oh.
every Sunday morning. Right.
You only worked one day?
I worked
Pussy.
I worked 2 days. I worked 2 days, but
Pussy.
only worked one day Sunday mornings during the football season. And I was in 8th grade at the time playing modified. And I would have to get on the bus at 6 a.m, a day after a football game, all broken up, busted, to fucking stock them shelves over there, getting fucking box cutter. I mean,
Paper
cardboard
cuts, yeah.
cuts and shit through my fingers. And at 13,
But you stuck it out. Why?
no, because I quit. Like,
How fast though? Because my first job I quit in 3 weeks.
Yo, I quit around that. It wasn't 3 weeks. It was maybe a couple months because
Okay, you stuck around.
yo, I
You
I
found
stuck
out what
around
you
a little
liked
bit
and what you
'cause I
didn't
was
like.
getting some money, but
Right.
then like my mom was a single mom, so she was taking like half of my $68 checks, and
She was the
Wegmans,
government.
yo, she was the government. She was taking off the rip. But like that gave me my first taste of fuck this job.
Uh-huh.
But I didn't quit that job and say, all right, I want to be a fucking real estate investor. It didn't inspire me. It just
Right.
let me know that I'm not gonna do another job.
You're
where
not
I'm
gonna do
fucking
that
job. I'm
Right.
not doing that job.
So
right?
I have to work every single job until I realize that I hate them all.
No, that's not it. Because
That is it.
That's what you're saying.
Why not?
Yeah.
Because I found
Work
out that
every-
I was more of a salesperson than I was a behind the scenes person. I hated that I couldn't talk to people when I was washing dishes. I hated that.
Mm.
I'm like, you tell me I can't just talk to people. I can't go out there and say hi to people who are eating the burgers that I'm washing the plates off of.
You are a social butterfly.
Yeah, so I knew that I did not want to be behind the scenes, that I had to be the
Wait,
front facing
wait.
guy.
Gay.
Such haters. You see this, Tom Morgan? You see the haters on this show?
Nah, yo, honestly, man, working at Wegmans just let me know that I will never fucking stock shelves again.
Right.
Yo, I looked
I
at
will never
the
wash
guys.
dishes again.
Yo, I looked at the guys doing that. Yo, I say, you
Yeah.
guys are the shit. You are the shit.
And some people that work in the warehouse love the fucking warehouse.
Mm,
I know
yeah,
I have family
can't
members
do
that love the
Yeah, they
fucking
love that
warehouse.
shit, man.
They get excited that I just got certified in the forklift. I'm like,
Yo, you the man,
Cool.
dog. You the man.
hey,
'cause
whatever
that
makes
shit-
you happy, man. Good for you.
Yo, could you imagine at 13, right? You go in the back warehouse and you see groceries all over the fucking place. Then they say, yeah, we got to get this out
Yeah,
there.
get out
You're
there,
like,
right.
what the fuck? I'm like, only 13, dog. 13, you gonna
Right.
make me do this shit? No, man. But I worked at Pizza Hut though,
Uh-huh.
and doing dishes, that's how you start. You start
Right.
off at the dishes.
Oh, yeah.
And I started on a Friday with the open buffet, and I'm on the dishes. And could you imagine just the
Wow.
nasty shit
I
that
can.
comes back?
I can. You know what's the
Like-
worst part of it? The fucking music.
Yeah.
The fucking music, because they had Warm 101.3 on in the back. I'm washing dishes. I hate
Hey.
One Headlight. To this day, the song One Headlight. I hate that
One
fucking song.
headlight.
He what?
Every morning.
Yeah, that's
The
fantastic.
traffic guy.
But it
man.
was the music that I hated every day. It was the music and
Oh.
not being able to talk to people.
Yeah, I hate.
They
hearing
just
Oh,
that.
set
see,
you back
I-
there.
I love my job in the morning because I get to talk to nobody.
Yeah, see? so you
Fucking
know what
great.
you're good at, right? You know
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you have
And I
here.
know the radio industry's dying, so
There
I
you
can't
go.
keep working in it. And
So hence why you're in
Damn.
podcast.
Wait, yo, do you see what Tom made? $3.35 an
$3.35
hour. Stock guys at Sibley, Irondequoit Plaza, worked
Well,
there for 3 years.
But
and-
also remember, Tom's 130.
oh,
Damn, Tom, you gonna let him say that to you?
Shots.
He's wise.
Me and 100 women. Yeah, I worked at a. Do you remember in a Irondequoit mall? It was called Deb's.
Oh, I remember Debs. I remember Debs.
I got a job there somehow, some way.
you
'cause that
thought
was a
you
job-
made it, right?
That was a job I said I want to be out
yeah.
in front.
You see
And I
all
said,
the
I'm gonna work in the
bitches, huh?
mall, and I'm gonna find a place where I can talk to the most girls I can.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Fucking Debs.
I always wanted to work at Foot Locker, but I could never get
Never.
the job.
No,
Never
yeah,
get the job at
Dude,
I
you-
wasn't a sneakerhead.
This is super gay, but you look good in one of those striped shirts.
Yeah, well, they never
Super-
fucking hired me,
super
Dan,
gay.
so we would never see what it looked like.
That
We'd
is
never see
we-
what it looked like.
super.
Can we do that next week? All of us.
All
Wait,
striped, I don't
with
own
striped
striped
shirts?
shirts.
No, I'm good.
I don't have a striped shirt.
You never refereed anything?
No, I played and
I would
won.
not want to be a referee.
You
I
never
got
did-
trophies.
You never did that with
Trophies.
Edna? Come on.
Never want to be a ref. Yo, it would be karma for me if I was a ref. Like people would be at me, yo, for every bad call because I'm like anti-ref.
That's what we should do. We should go out and do a on the streets video, all of us in referee uniforms.
Should we just start refereeing
shit.
basketball games in
No, I want to
the
ref.
Northwest?
I want to ref
No, you ain't-
people's
no, fuck
just like daily actions, like crossing the street, blow the whistle.
Blow your rape whistle?
Dude.
Well, yeah. I mean, I haven't done that in a long time.
You haven't raped?
Austin and
You
I.
haven't raped
No,
in a long
Austin and
time?
I have talked.
Oh, okay.
Hmm?
But I say you haven't raped in a long time. Oh shit.
No, rapeed.
Oh, raped. Oh,
Oh.
shit.
Oh,
How many? One took you down? Oh shit.
Austin's a power top. That's why.
It's called a bear.
Bear, is that what? Cool.
Everyone else in my cup.
Dan's like, no, I'm the power bottom. What do you mean?
That's
Oh man.
I push back.
Listen, man.
It was funny because we were like done with the articles at 9. I'm like, okay, we're gonna actually finish the podcast on time.
Never.
And then no, never.
9:30.
Someone said that we should number one, cut our podcast to like in quarters or something like that and just post it a little bit at a time.
Yeah. that's what
And
I
then he
thought
was
too.
like, or just do like a 3-hour one and see who watches it.
Yo, we can talk for a long time. We're
Yeah.
some talking motherfuckers. You know?
And
And I think this was the first time we had like a little intense conversation where we were disagreeable on certain things. That was pretty dope.
It's because I usually don't have a mic.
Well, that's why you are the GOAT, Austin. You come in and just cause trouble.
he's the
What I do.
catalyst
I
of change.
Stir the pot.
That's what we need, man. We need that shit. We need
Yeah.
Some
No.
people to stir the pot.
Well, we also don't want people to see that we agree on everything. Yeah, because that sometimes leads to I don't want to come on a show because then it's gonna be 3 people against me. And I tell people all the time, no, it's not. It's not 3 people versus you. It's literally a conversation. We don't agree on everything. We don't freaking fall along the same lines of everything. That's why I had these 2 jabronis come on a show, because if you guys don't recall, it used to be the Jose show, and then I was having Lavelle on as a guest, and Dan was finishing up his episode, and I said, "Oh shit, I got a black guy coming on. I'm Puerto Rican. Let's keep the white guy on here. Let's get this going."
Ebony and Ivory. That's
And now these 2 are like best friends.
Ivory.
man, I'm friends with everybody, man. We're all best
And now
friends. I
we
think
are
we,
all
I think,
like a
I
big-
think we're all good friends.
Yeah,
though.
I think that
But
we
like,
are.
most specifically Lavelle, you and me.
Oh my god, that's
You guys-
super gay. That's super gay.
You guys talk outside of the group text.
and
I mean,
Dan is the
super
most
gay.
masculine dude. Like I'm like, yo,
Because I'm secure.
you're secure
In all of that?
Yeah.
All of this.
There's nothing wrong with that, man. Be secure. Be
No, not at all. It's
But-
funny because people will call me gay because I dress nice. I'm like, I don't care.
Well, it's not
Those are
'cause you-
haters.
it's not because you're just.
It's because I'm short like Prince.
That's not why.
It's because my hair is flowy.
Well, you know what? People don't.
That's it,
people
that's
It's
can't
because my
have
hair,
a
my
conversation,
voice is high
man.
pitched like a little bitch.
People can't have a
That's how I know. I'm like, I
sensible
hate,
conversation anymore about anything. Because if you disagree on something, motherfuckers will get mad. Yo.
People also take themselves way too seriously. Come on now.
yeah, you can't because I hear it. Edna would like turn my video on when I'm just chilling, and I'll hear my voice. I'm like, ugh. Why would you want to listen to that? Ugh. So I appreciate everyone out there that listens to us
Yeah.
talk because I would not want to listen to me.
Oh,
My voice is terrible.
Everyone hates the sound of their own voice.
I feel like they got
I hear
it, right?
myself and I'm like, oh my goodness, why is there a
who
12?
is that?
Is there a 12-year-old boy?
without lips moving.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah,
terrible.
That's the worst part of it.
Yeah, I don't know how people can do it, man. It's crazy.
Go ahead, find a proper one.
Nailed it.
Your lips are moving now.
That's all of us.
Yeah, that was a group effort.
Yeah.
What we do is we actually take the blue pill before we start our episodes,
Mm.
and then we
And
get
then-
up to see who.
Get progressively.
That was
more right.
blue. I thought I took the red.
Oh
No, we're too red pilled.
No, little
already.
blue pill.
I saw something. It was like the universe chooses who it wants to open its eyes,
Mm.
and to be that chosen one is both a blessing and a curse because you can never go back to having that blindfold on to what is happening in the world.
Yeah, you just hit that snooze button. Close your eyes again. It's fine.
Well, that will
That's a-
there is definitely some truth to that
There's
because
some frenzied flame.
what
Yeah.
happens
Oh.
is the people that you thought were with you jump ship because
Real quick.
they can't handle the truth.
But I see that's the blessing is that you find out who your real friends
Mm-hmm.
are. Like you're gonna sit there and tell me that you can't disagree with me on something. Or-
Mhm.
I agreed with one thing that Trump said, and now you can't support me because you think I'm a Trumper. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Well,
If-
here we go.
if anybody ever gives you an ultimatum, get that person out of your fucking life.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Well, it again, it goes back to that love factor, right?
No, you got to choose the one that they don't think that they want. Here's the ultimatum: you either gotta leave me or marry me. Okay, I'm leaving.
Yeah,
I-
absolutely.
Peace.
Later, bitch.
Peace. Set your boundaries, y'all. Set your boundaries and
Well, know who you are.
Yeah.
Know what you bring to the table. Know the value that you bring to the world, because you get paid according to the value in direct proportion to the value that you bring to the world.
we all have an attractor factor. right?
Ooh, attractor factor.
Yeah, an attractor factor. You attract what what you put out there, who you surround yourself with. You know what I'm saying? If you are a
Is that
piece
why
of shit,
I'm only approached by like big hairy gay guys?
it could be whatever aura you letting off.
It might be that
It might be It
Dungeons
might
and
be.
Dragons card show that you're at.
Listen, I got
That's
hit on.
racist.
Whoa, what? Dungeons? I don't.
Fucking
Yo, I've
Dungeons
got hit on
and
by
Dragons.
dudes before, and like
I say thank you.
when that gaydar goes up, you like, "Eh."
I let them buy me a drink. I don't care.
I don't give a fuck.
Dude,
Right.
what's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me?
All right,
I
gay.
see it getting poured. It's not like the guy's gonna drop a pill.
No,
on
I'm
it.
not talking about you. I'm talking about the gay guy.
Oh, the gay guy that hit
that
on
hit
you?
on me. Yeah, I'm like,
What do you mean? What's wrong with you? I say I know exactly what's wrong with you. I'm beautiful.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's not their fault.
Right? It's not their fault. I'm fucking gorgeous.
like, ooh, he's cute.
That's how I know my.
Gay.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and end this podcast. Yet another episode where we changed the damn world
We did. We did.
because we talked about relationships. We talked about women and love and values.
And we said gay multiple times on the show
Man.
again. Thank God that we were able to bring that.
I don't know what
word
you're
back.
clapping about that. I don't
Because I'm just glad that we can say certain words that won't
Boner.
get us canceled or have the LGBTQWXYZ folks outside protesting.
understand. Right. So we're gonna have to just get John Leguizamo on in his outfit that he wore in Tu Wong Fu.
Is he? Do you think he's gay?
Super gay.
On the low?
I just don't care. I guess
Oh, okay.
just don't care. I don't care enough.
Good.
That's the funny thing. Like some people are like, oh, but I'm like, I don't care who you have sex with.
Yo, we still got the gay unicorn. That's
No,
what I'm
he just put it
talking
on.
about.
It was not there the whole time. Oh, we gotta go through the comments. I'm sorry. Let's make sure we appreciate our fans here because they took times out of their days. to
Thank you,
see us.
Patricia, because we just be,
What she said, I didn't see it.
She said
My
this is
favorite part
her
of Wednesday
favorite
night.
part of Wednesday night.
No, this is your favorite part of your life.
Oh, damn, we going further.
Life.
Come on, Patricia. step
Yeah,
up.
don't.
I hope not.
I know the
I know,
value
right?
that we bring to other people's lives.
Yo,
Siblings was the
Patricia
best.
be
me and her
dropping
were
some
started.
bombs, man. She should come on one day. She should be like,
Oh, she could be our guest. Yeah, I got no
come on
problem
the
with that.
show, Patricia.
Next week I have someone coming on that I just met. It's a dude. It's a black dude.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, well, during the conversation,
Where'd you meet?
Well,
during the conversation, I was like, come on the show, man. Like, come on the show. Cause I feel like the conversation the questions you have and the conversation that you want to have is
Mhm.
perfect for the show because it's going to show the world the exact conversations that people are having because what they're doing is they're questioning everything that they've been taught in life. And now they're seeing things and it's like, shit, what do you think about this? Why do you think this is happening? I'm like, dude, come on the show, man. Let's have the conversation.
I'm gonna send my wife in my place one time.
well, we don't have
Cool.
any.
Doing it.
We don't have any real.
Edna would
Like,
like. She came in that one time because you go sit down over there.
I was so tired.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You were like dead. He was in the corner sleeping.
I think when we our leaders used to have the soapbox and ability to give a grand speech and everybody wait to hear what they had to say,
Mhm.
and then they moved based upon that order. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Today, they don't allow that opportunity. You are fucking suppressed, silenced.
I don't know. Let's get it.
Bit.
Let's purchase a soapbox. Let's get the freaking politically correcting podcast on the road because we've been talking about it for far too long, and it's summertime now.
We have the
Mhm.
Chinook.
We got the
Hell yeah.
Chinook, which
Well,
is
we need a
borderline racist.
large audience that allows us the ability to reach a lot of people.
We need a bar.
I don't think, and you've experienced it being out in public and having somebody say, "Oh, I love your podcast." Blah, blah, blah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
all the time.
people that I would not have expected.
Yeah. Yo, I saw the podcast,
Yeah.
bro. The
It's-
word.
It's
I'm
funny because
sorry.
my son was like, I was talking about the podcast. He was like, "Oh, the four viewers that you have." I'm like, "What are you talking about, 4 viewers?" And he was like, we were watching." I'm like, "Oh, if they're live." I'm like, "You gotta understand that we have multiple channels." And I started talking
Yeah.
about the different channels that we're on. He's like, "Oh, how many people? Oh, how many?" He's like, "Oh, okay."
People
like,
watch.
right. People are watching us. People are listening.
Most people don't watch on Wednesday night
Right.
because we do this on Wednesday night.
I don't know. I feel like that's the most important night of the week.
You would think so.
Hump day.
Hump day.
Competing with I don't know
But it was because of
Blacklist.
a
What's on
reason.
Wednesday?
What was it? It was I forget what reason it was. We switched it from Monday to Wednesday. But
It just
Because
we stopped having a podcast on Monday, so there was just this big gap in my schedule.
oh,
where
your
I-
fault. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, 100%.
The ever important
I'm
Austin.
Now
yes.
all the podcasts are on Wednesdays. I get like 10 alerts on Wednesdays. I'm like, what the? Oh, okay.
I'm the heart and soul of the We the People podcast network.
are.
It says so on the website.
you're the liver.
You are David Ruffin, and we are the Temptations. That's you. You know what I mean?
Who is that reference?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Oh, you
No.
see, I forgot. I'm the only black one on the show. That's why. It's in the movie, The Temptations.
Build me a buttercup.
No one can see my face. I could be black.
Tom probably knows who Tom knows who David Ruffin is.
You're gonna give Tom that much credit?
Oh, I'm
Tom, do you know who Dave
Tom,
Ruffin
do you
is?
know who David Ruffin is?
He's gonna say
Who was that?
Who's God's Villa?
God bless Dixieland.
There you go.
David Ruffin.
There you go,
David
what?
Ruffin.
That's a song. That's a David Ruffin song.
No, he is a member of the group The Temptations. I know you guys know this.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the
I
comic.
know who the Temptations
No,
are.
I've heard of the Temptations.
So he was like Bobby Brown before Bobby Brown.
So he beats women.
No, he was just the freaking super grandiose narcissist of the group that thought he was bigger and better than the group.
Okay.
So in the movie, they did they had a Temptation movie. There's a scene where they were performing in Las Vegas and he came super late, right?
Mhm.
And just before it was time for them to go on, he comes out the back with the microphone and everybody sees, he comes down the aisle with the microphone. Everybody sees him. The spotlight's on him. So he comes up all super late and grabs the microphone. He says, "Hi, my name is David Ruffin and these are the Temptations." But they were always the Temptations all up to that point. Like he was ready to go out on his single career. So that's why I said Austin is the David Ruffin of the We the People.
He also died of an overdose of crack cocaine.
He sure
So-
did. He sure did.
You know what? That seems right.
Going out on top.
Good.
Going out roughing,
Well,
Going out on top is right.
straight roughing it.
I think you're more of the Kanye West
Yay.
of the group,
Yay.
of the
Ah.
go-getters.
I'm
I
like
hope-
John Leguizamo, Latinx.
Kanye should
But things are
marry-
in trouble right now. You don't know. Man, I never talk about. I don't talk enough about like local politics because there's some
Wait.
stuff going down in the Latinx community right now.
Oh,
Save it for next week.
There was a vote that happened, and there
Oh,
was
yeah?
there was a high-ranking Latina who did not vote in favor of what the Latinx wanted. Oh,
Alexandria
Really?
Ocasio-Cortez.
there's some shit going down
Ooh, within the community?
within the community, and this was the same person that told me that I don't represent Latinos enough.
Oh,
So
it's
I'm like,
like,
oh, weird.
so you got your own little BLMer type situation in a sense?
Oh yeah. Damn. The lefty Latinas.
Who was it?
I'm not saying the name.
Say it.
I don't say names. I don't
Say
ever
it.
say names. It's you guys that say names, and then I get yelled at for it.
Say it.
Did Tom say he knew who David
No.
Ruffin was?
Tom does not know.
Tom, you missed it. You
Straight
missed
See,
it.
he said no. I told you.
Damn, Tom. You
He also said
know
straight
what?
up.
I had money on you, Tom, and you just fucking cost.
I knew to bet against Todd,
me.
but he said,
You-
"Good thing Austin's a liver chat, and I will need an extra one at some point." I brought another bottle back there for you, Tom.
Is that assuming that they share a liver?
Yes.
I think they share more than a liver.
Gay. Do it. It's the second one.
So late,
Nailed it.
Ha, roasted. Boom, Austin.
Roasted.
Play the funky music.
Oh, should I?
Ah!